President Donald Trump, after apparently dozing off in his own cabinet meeting, woke up and went on an incredible rant. It puts a smile on my face, puts a smile on most Americans' faces, even some of the Democrats, because they don't like immigration either.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much, everybody.
Now, of course, that nasty, stanky, garbage Ilhan Omar, and hey, those are the president's words, not mine, all right? She went on the news because she's steaming about this statement from President Donald Trump in his cabinet meeting. She just had to address it.
He's always been a racist, a bigot, a xenophobic, and Islamophobic. We know that he called African nations a shithole in his first administration. We know that escalator.
She can't even say it without smiling.
Stop Muslim immigration into this country. And so it is not surprising that he is going after black immigrants in this country. And it's certainly not surprising that he's choosing a black immigrant community that is also Muslim. But what I would like to say is that most of us are citizens. On our passport, it says we are nationals of this country. We love that Minnesota has welcomed us. Many of us have not been settled in Minnesota. We chose it as a home because the Minnesota people and the state is beautiful and very welcoming, and we are going to be here regardless of what the president has to say.
I agree.
She couldn't even say all that without smiling because she knows it's hilarious at the end of the day. And the fact of the matter is she can use all of the phobic words possible. He's an Islamophobe. He's a xenophobe. He's a brownophobe. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. We don't care. We share his opinion of it all. Even Democrats don't like illegal immigration. And the fact of the matter is this was long overdue. And on top of it, President Donald Trump is completely correct. They talk about how America sucks and the Constitution sucks and everything here needs to change. But change like what? How you have things back home? This is what Somalia looks like. I mean, does this look like paradise to you? Honestly? Of course, Ilhan Omar says Minnesota looks beautiful. Anything looks beautiful compared to this hellhole. This is literally a shithole. Here's another photo. Oh, the beautiful ocean. Look at those nasty, crusty-ass buildings in the background. I mean, people are sleeping in those buildings. Beautiful landscape there, right? But look at those shacks that they call houses. And really, that's the thing, isn't it? Why would we accept people from countries like that? Why would we ever take them on the merit that we assume that they would provide something beneficial to this country? Clearly they don't. And now you have these Great Lake region states like Minnesota that are turning into hellholes because of the Somalis. Straight up. It's just reality. And they're defrauding the government and sending the money back to their country that still, at the end of the day, winds up looking like this. Do you know of any great Somalian philosophers that you can name me? Any Somalian artists that are world renowned? Any Somalian inventors? No. And that's for a reason. Now, of course, Minneapolis officials are losing their minds over this. And the mayor of Minneapolis, who's an absolute Democrat cucklord, partnered up with a Somalian police officer who he gave the mic to read off a statement in the Somalian language when it comes to ICE being sent to Minneapolis at Trump's command to start deporting Somalians there.
haddii qof u malaynaysid inuu aad hubin inuu yahay dawladda inuu ka soco sida ICE oo kale inuu yahay ama uu yahay askari oo aad hubin inuu askari run yahay qof kasta iska soo xiran kara dharka waxaan ku leenahay waxa inaad soo wacdo Minneapolis Police 911.
Now, I don't know about you, but even just hearing a language like that being spoken in front of an American audience of some sort on social media, television, or even in front of a crowd really pisses me off, especially in light of the fact that President Donald Trump literally did sign an order declaring English as the national language. And at the time, I remember Democrats profusely made fun of that. But here is a great example of why we actually need that to be declared. And as such, since it is declared officially that English is our native language here in America, openly having government workers, officials, politicians speaking in another language where you can absolutely guarantee Americans are definitely watching should be an offense that is punishable by a fine, in my opinion. People who speak foreign languages in this country when they're in positions of power and are presumably speaking to massive groups of people at a time, fine them. Discourage this behavior because it's honestly reprehensible. It makes me feel sick watching it, and it should not be happening in America. But it got even worse than watching a Somalian police officer make statements like this in the Somali language. The mayor himself decided to make his own cutesy little statement. Mayor Cucklord of Minneapolis.
Our Somali community. Daman Shabka, Somalied Kunul, Minnesota Garahan, Minneapolis, Waan Kuji Janila Hai, Waan Ku Gereb Taganahan.
What an absolute soy boy, puss boy. You know, I get told all the time, it's cringe to point out when Democrat politicians adopt certain accents while they're speaking in front of crowds of people. We've seen Kamala Harris do that several times on her campaign trail. We've also seen Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez do that. I've pointed both of those out in YouTube shorts on my channel, both of which wound up getting hundreds of thousands of views, if I remember correctly, because people do want to see that, and it does make them feel weird to watch it happen. Democrats, of course, that's cringe, man. What do you mean? You mean you don't do that when you're around black people or something? No, I don't. I speak the way I speak. I'm not worried about conforming socially to another group. And it's a uniquely Democrat thing, it appears. I'm sure you can point out an obscure Republican who does it from time to time, but it's always the Democrats. They don't have any form of identity other than the mindset and identity of, please like me and vote for me. I'll do or say anything, and I'll say it in any way needed with any accent you'd like, and now in any language you'd like to continue voting for me. That's what's going on here. It's reprehensible. I remember being in high school having to learn Spanish and thinking it was stupid. English is my language, and I don't plan on not being in America ever, so I only plan on ever hearing English. English should only ever be spoken to me. I don't understand anything else. And with English being the national language, like this right here should be fine. That mayor should be fined. But I'm going to hit you with the it gets worse ×3, because then the Minneapolis police chief goes on TV and tells Somalians that if they see ICE agents wearing masks, rounding people up for deportations, that they should call the police on the ICE agents.
Folks that are masked, that they're not sure if they're law enforcement, that they may be kidnapping people. Like, we have had those reports. I want to be clear to the community. The community should know that if you see something like that, that is legitimate, that you don't know if someone is law enforcement, you should call 911. And you should provide as much information as possible.
I don't even have too much to say on this. I'm really sick, actually, of covering terrible behavior from Democrats who are exploiting loopholes, like in this case where the messaging is obviously encouraging atrocious behavior. And the Republicans will, of course, argue, well, we really can't do anything about it. Or, you know, something like this will be brought to the attention of the Trump DOJ only for absolutely nothing to happen at all. And so I'm just not going to say it anymore. I don't expect firm justice to be delivered on behalf of the American people under this Trump DOJ. I just don't. It's not really worth covering beyond that, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention regardless, because I had to see it, and so do you now. If my blood's boiling, I want yours to be boiling as well, okay? But that's pretty much it. There's no need to reiterate the now tiresome narrative of the Trump DOJ needs to do something. They need to do something. Pam Bondi, you need to do so. Arrest him. It's never gonna happen. If you enjoyed that clip, be sure to check out my YouTube channel where I have the full video where this clip was taken from published. And if you're America First like I am and you're an American advocate, be sure to subscribe and like the post. Thanks so much for watching.